This exact chunk in Minecraft makes anyone invincible. Oh wait, no, not this chunk, that one. Filled with Minecraft's most overpowered farms in order to make me truly unkillable in this hardcore world. Because in the last video, we found out that I'm not exactly unkillable, which is not good. In order to solve this, we first need to decide where to put it. And luckily, we have this from last video, but it turns out for a specific farm, we need an ocean. And I think this will be a good spot. But first we need to drain all of the water in this chunk. And luckily we have all of this cobblestone and a ton of sand, some gravel too. And first we need to build a wall of cobblestone. Just like that, we just got to do the sand now. Yeah, this isn't working. So time for plan B, which is to get all of this netherrack. And now let's just fill it in. Finally, it's all drained, but we still have to mine out the rest. That's all done, but now the way this is going to work is we're going to start building the easiest farms first, and by the end of the video we'll be building the most complicated and craziest farms, which will make me even closer to unkillable than the last. I thought I had my elytra on. I need to go get a totem now. That's just great. Bro, there's two. Why is there two? Okay, that's a victory. And now that the raid is completed, we've got 7 totems. Now we can get started on the first farm. But first, we need the materials. Chests, hoppers, glass, redstone, lava, redstone torches, comparators, repeaters, slabs, dispensers. We just grab some building blocks. We're ready to build our first farm, which we're going to place all the way down here. And for the first farm, we're building unlimited food source. Here's a chicken farm, as it's one of the best food sources in the game, and it's extremely easy to automate. So let's just get started on this first farm. We'll start off with a collection chest right there, and then feed a hopper into it, a dispenser, slab, and a comparator here. We actually need to move that forward so we don't exit the chunk. Comparator there, a redstone clock, redstone here, and then also loop it, place a block there, and glass right there, and then there and there. This hoppers to collect the eggs, and if we place glass all around it, and then slabs all the way around, in here place a lava bucket, and the final block. That's the whole farm completed. We just need some chickens. Well, that's one. Now we just need to grab some chickens. We just need one of them to join this one up here. Can you just come in? Yes. Now, while we wait for that one to grow up, we're going to build more of these farms to ensure that we can never run out of food. So let's just build on right here, just like that. Now let's make a third. And then just like that, all 3 are completed. We just got to get the rest of the chickens in. That's all the chickens' traps. And now let's decorate this floor. Yeah, I think that's an improvement, but there's a problem with the farm already. It turns out that when the egg is shot out, the chicken is damaged and it goes into lava before it can grow up. So we need to fix that in order to actually make the farm work. First of all, we need to pick up this lava. Oh, and now let's just expand this. Now when the chickens spawn in and they get hit, they won't get hit into the lava. But now let's just do it for the other 2. And the farms should be fully fixed now. And there we are, 2 of them. So this seems like it's working. Now we need to decorate this area. And what I'm thinking is basically make it an overworld biome. And what we'll need are leaves, hay bales, sand, gravel, a ton of wool, some cornflowers, make light blue concrete, lime concrete, and turn this all into concrete. And lastly, mine some wood. Now we can get started on the build. But First things first, let's mine the entire wall all around here. Now all the walls are gone, but I think we're gonna have to change this flooring. Now we're basically back to where we started, but there's a theme this time. Start with this grass block and 4 pieces of dirt. We need to go get some more. We'll just steal some from here. And if we just place it all down, and while we wait for this grass to spread, we can just make some paths. We'll just wait for that to finish it off. Now let's get started on the walls. In some areas, we'll just have trees, just like this. Yeah, I think that looks like a normal tree. Have some tall ones as well. Yep, just like that. And using some lime green, make some hills. And we'll just scatter this all around. And we'll maybe just add like some, no, wrecked all my redstone. Just make sort of a mine. Yeah, add in some gold blocks down here. Yeah, I think that adds something. We'll just add a cave here. I think that's pretty good. So let's add the sky, which will also be the roof. Or perhaps if we just protrude everything, like, yeah, I think that's much better. But what we're also going to do, add in some clouds too. No. How is that burning? How is that burnt again? That's not even near it. I don't even get how that can spread. And now with all the sides done, we need to do the roof. And add in some hay bales in some place that it won't catch on fire. Now we need pumpkins, exactly what I needed. And then if we turn them into jack-o'-lanterns, how do I do that? I guess that works. We'll also add the bubble column. We'll decorate it a bit. And now the entire chicken farm is complete and the whole floor is decorated like an overworld biome, and I think this one turned out pretty well. Now we should never run out of food again. And now we can move on to the next level. But before we get started on the next level, we need some more materials. But luckily we have them all in our base. And if we just grab glass, building blocks, slabs, temporary blocks, button, dispenser, boat, campfire, color the wool and turn it into carpet. And that should be enough carpets. But now we need glowstone. And for that we need to go to the nether. And just like that, should be enough. And just like that. And now we have everything we need. And now we can get started on the next level. But first things first, let's mine the entire wall all around here. And now that it's all mined out, we can place down all of the concrete. So the plan for this is we're going to have a fog effect. And in order to do that, we need 14 layers of green concrete. Just like that. And now it is all completed. We can now get started on the fog effect. And to make it, first we need glowstone all along the floor here. Just like this. Now we just have to place carpet on top of it. Now that all the carpet is placed, we can start adding the glass. And the way this works is we're going to have glass, a gap, glass, a gap, glass, so on, all the way to the top. And by the end, we'll hopefully have a nice, foggy, misty flooring, I suppose. Which I think will go quite well with our next farm. But it's not a slime farm. We're only 3 layers up and you can already start to see the sort of foggy effect, but we still have a few floors to go. And just like that, we've fully completed the floor, but I mean the lines ruin it, so I've got to get it mod to turn it from this into that. And now it looks much better, especially with the water elevator. But now we need to actually build the farm. But first we need to build a path to get to this farm. And basically how the farm is going to work is we're going to have armadillos which take damage and will be splashed with the infestation potion, which then spawns silverfish, and we just farm a ton of them. And before we start decorating this room, let's first build the farm. And to get started, we just place 2 like that, and then continue it all around, just like that. Slab in the middle, and a campfire on top of that. Chuck in the fence, and then replace the glass for the flooring. And now add water, so the silverfish flow to the fence. Add glass all the way around, and then block the campfire off. 1 more layer of glass, and putting out the campfire for adding a dispenser button on it for filling in all of this glass except in the center. But now we need to find some armadillos. And there we are. We finally found one, and just put it in a boat. Nope, I do not want you. Now we gotta roll it all the way back to the farm. And we're finally back. So we gotta get our armadillo in. Hope it don't die. Okay, good. Another one. And now if we just take this one back to the chunk, now we have 2 of them. So if we just break their boats, and if we get them both up here, we can push them into the pit. And then we can breed them. And then we just do this a lot more times till it fills up fully, until there's 24, otherwise they'll just suffocate themselves. And then quickly we'll add a boat behind here, and just for now we'll add a slab on top. And now we need a zombie so we can trap it in there. Because the way this works is that because there's a zombie, the armadillos will roll up and basically they just can't take any damage on the campfire. And if we bring him down here, let's just not die though. If we place him under this slab so he doesn't burn in the daylight, that should be good. And now we need brew a lot of potions, so we need nether wart, blaze powder, brewing stand, glass to make bottles. And just like that, we've got the infestation potions. And by just removing the dirt, the farm is now completed. Now we can decorate this farm. And if we just skip through all of this boring stuff, we can get straight to building the room. We're going to turn this into sort of a nuclear waste facility. And what I'm thinking is on the edge of every corner, on the roofs and sides, we're going to have a yellow and black sort of like hazardous, sort of like this, all the way around. So let's go do that. Something like this, or something like that. Or perhaps if we make it double, something like that. I think we'll go for something like this. We'll just do it all the way around now. Now, all of the sides are completed, and I think that looks pretty cool. But now we need stuff to go in the walls and roofs beside it. And on the back wall, we'll have a huge experience point, just so you can tell what this level's for. I think in the center, we could maybe mine that out. Place that with emerald, and then do a ring around it. Cover that up, and then get some concrete. What we'll do is we'll add it to this side, just like that. Something like that, but maybe, yeah, I think that'll do. It doesn't have to be perfect. I think that's pretty good for what I need it to do. First thing we're going to do is fill in this entire back wall with smooth stone, just like this. Just like that. Looks pretty good. But now let's do these sides here. And we'll have 2 sort of big windows that just look into the abyss. And the way we're going to do it is first putting a border around it, just like that. And then mine it out 1 block and add a full black concrete area behind it, and then fill in front of it with just some glass panes, and then do it again on the other side, and it's now completed on both sides. Now let's just decorate this back wall by basically just stone bricks and then maybe some iron columns for pipes. But now we're just going to have a huge one, which is actually going to be the bubble elevator. Then if we add in the fence gates right here and fill the rest up with water, all of the walls are now done, and we've just got to do the roof. We'll start with about 2 layers of smooth stone all around the edges, and then we'll just have some square lights every once in a while. Or actually, we'll do it symmetrically, just like that, and then we cover these in, and then again, and then some more white stained glass, fill it in, and do it in the same pattern, and then just like that. And I know what you're thinking, how will this get light if there's more farms on top of it? Well, that's where the glowstone comes in, which we just place behind the white stained glass, and the reason for this, to make it look like this, extremely like mystic, and the fog really shines at low darkness levels. And now if we just finish up the flooring here to connect it to the farm, and then connect it up here and here as well. And I think what we'll do here is we'll also add some glowstone underneath, because from here, it just allows this radioactive to just glow a bit more. And we'll add one down here as well, and we'll add some more lights. And now if we just clean it up, farm is fully completed. And with shaders, it looks pretty epic as well. Now, it leaves one last thing to do. Actually, test the farm, which we do by opening this up, setting the campfire on fire, splashing it, and it should start spawning silverfish, which it seems to be doing. Now, let's just run this for 3 minutes, and we'll see how much XP we get. And after only like 3 minutes, we went up 10 levels, repaired all of our gear. So I think that's a really good farm that definitely will come into use if I need my armor repaired or any of my tools. Although, one last thing, and that is the final build completed now. And yeah, I really think that works. And from here, it sort of creates an infinity effect. It makes it look like there's just an infinite amount of these rooms, which is pretty cool. And with this farm finally completed, we can move on to the next level. And for the next level, it's going to be a nether biome. And for that, we need to go to the nether. And in order to build the next level, we need materials from every single biome. We'll start off in the nether wastes. We'll need quartz, gold, mushrooms, and glowstone. And then we need a basalt delta. And we need some basalt, blackstone, and magma. And now we need a crimson forest, some of this netherrack, and then some of this crimson nylium, some of these mushrooms, crimson fungus, I suppose, and then some of this foliage. And now we need a soul sand valley, and mine up both types of these soul sand, serious? And some bone blocks. And now we need a warped forest, and we need to mine up all of this warped nylium, need more ground foliage, and some more warped fungi. And now we need a ton of buckets. Basically, for every biome, we need lava. And that should be a good start, at least. I hope. Now we can get started on the next level. First of all, let's just basically encase this all in some netherrack. Now, every bit of the wall is surrounded in netherrack except for the water elevator. We got to decide what we're doing with that first. But now we can get to decorating this room. First of all, let's put lava here to light it up, make sure mobs don't spawn. We'll build a nether portal in the center so that we can actually access the farm that we're building. And what I'm thinking is sort of have this portal elevated so we can fill this in. But then now we got to separate the biomes. And I think that's split up pretty evenly. We'll start off with the basalt delta first, which is in this corner. We'll have some magma. We'll have basalt. Fill in the lava while we're at it. We'll fill in the netherrack with some blackstone, and then we'll make another sort of level up here. Then we'll fill in this lava up here, add a magma block as well. I think that looks pretty good for the small amount of space that we've got. And now that the basalt delta is completed, we can move on to the basic nether wastes, which should be pretty easy, just like this. And just like that, a simple nether wastes biome. And now we move on to the soul sand valley. We'll replace this with soul sand. And just like that, the soul sand valley is completed. Now we have to do both forests. We'll start off with the blue jungle on this side, and we'll just place down all of this. Then we'll place down some of these just randomly. Now we got to see if we can grow these to make some trees. Hopefully, yes. And we'll just do another one right here. If we, oh yes, it's a bit too big, so let's just cut it a bit. Just one crimson fungus. But also, we've got to spread around some quartz and gold, as that's also found in this biome. And now that is the warped forest completed, and we just have one biome to go. For this one, we'll place the golden quartz first. Now we can start building the biome. We'll grow some trees first, and then we'll place down some foliage and some fungi, add some more weeping vines, and then add some mushrooms in the soul sand biome and in the nether wastes. And finally, add some detail to the roof here. And then we'll add a path to the portal. But now let's just do this bubble elevator real quick. We'll do quartz on either side to break up the very dark nether feel. Then what if we do finish this up to here and then break it up to like split the two sides? Let's just do this all the way. I actually think that works pretty well. And also it kind of goes with up for blue and red for down, which is what our bubble columns are. But now let's add some light because it's a bit dark in here. And add some ores in the center here. And now it is actually fully completed. We just need to light the portal and build our farm inside there. And for the farm, we need to go all the way to the nether roof. Now that we've found the block that we need to get up on, we get out our ender pearls. Let's just eat, just in case something goes wrong, which hopefully it doesn't. So otherwise, that could be the hardcore world gone. And now, oh, okay. We are up. But now let's build our portal. But it's got to be the nether waste biome in all 4 directions for like 30 blocks. So let's just test that. And luckily, it is within all the ranges that we need. So now let's build our portal, light the portal back, and hopefully, if we're lucky, it should connect, but I doubt it will. No way. What? But does it take me back up? No, it does not. Now what if we break this portal and try to get back up on top? Yes, it works, it connects. So now we can build our farm. Let's build up all the way to the build limit. Now that we're up where we need to be, build out 3 blocks, place the magma, and out 2 blocks every single side. And then once we've got all 4 sides, go up by 2 and place down slabs, and then place a ring all the way around. And from the middle, build out 8 blocks. And then now, if we fill in every single corner, just like this, now the entire top platform is completed. We move down onto the first layer of magma. Now with the first platform completed, we can start placing the trap, which will get the pigment fall down the hole and ultimately get into the farm. 2 trapdoors all around. And now shut all of the trapdoors, and then we place a turtle egg though, but then make sure we shut this trapdoor. Now we'll break these temporary blocks, and then place a trapdoor here, and then open that up, and then do that for all of the other sides. And now we make the platform 3 more times. Now the entire top of the farm is completed. Now we need to work on the killing platform. The gold farm is finally completed. And now if we just test it for about 15 minutes, let's see how much gold we can get. But while we wait for that, let's first get a villager and bring him to the nether. And just like that, now let's build him a little house. We'll just do something a bit like this. The house is finished. What an architectural masterpiece this is. Oh. And now if we place down his workstation, if we trade with villager to level him up. And now with these apples, and then with the gold from our gold farm, after only a few trades with the villager, we have 31 golden apples. And with the villager house now finished, as well as the gold farm as well, this entire level is now completed. Now we can get started on the final farm. And the farm we're going to be building is a raid farm. And we'll start off by building up all the way up here. And now we need more villagers. We need to take this guy all the way to the top of the farm. Surely it can't be that hard. Oh, that's a drowned with a trident. Don't kill my villager. Now if we head up here, like right there, he should follow. Yes. Okay, now let's just get to the top. Oh, no. Is he swimming up there? Or is he gonna drown? He's drowning. How are you drowning? Are you stupid? Are you stupid? I can't even swim. Bro, now we need to get another villager. Now if we take this one, and what if I stay outside the water? Now, let's just go all the way to the top. Now, no way. Are we serious? Like, are we actually serious right now? Now, if we bring this other villager, and now this time, we're just going to tower up. Put him in his place down composter, and then glass, and cover it up. Now with the villager in place, we can start building the base of the farm. First, we'll build the bubble elevator. And now with bubble elevator finished, we can get started on where all the pillagers will basically fall down into. Now we can get started on a portal mechanism which pushes them through and basically speeds up the raid and kills the ravagers so they don't, get stuck in the farm. So let's build that now. And just like that, that's the entire farm completed. But in order to test this, we need to cover all of this with path blocks so raiders don't spawn down here. Now, with the area all spawn proofed, we can now test the farm. whole raid's completed. How? What? And we got 4 totems, like, immediately. Now that we know the farm actually works, we can actually decorate this area. But since it's close to the raid farm, we can't really decorate it like we have done our previous levels, because the pillagers will just spawn in there instead, and the farm just won't work. So what I'm thinking, fill it in with the ocean water again, but then make it sort of like a coral reef or something. But first, let's finish this bubble elevator. We'll make it out of glass so you can see the reef when you go up the bubble elevator. And then now we can remove all of these walls. Now the plan for this is to have a circular platform to put this farm on, just like this. And now if we collect some coral, we can transform this area into a nice looking coral reef. And with the farm now completed, the plan is to build a big logo to make it look a bit nicer. And if we just build it like this, and that's the logo completed, which I think looks really good. And with the logo completed, that means our chunk is finally finished. We now have unlimited food, unlimited XP, unlimited gold, oh my gosh, I thought that could have happened. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, this is quite the catastrophe. Unlimited apples, and most importantly, unlimited totems, all to make us truly as close to invincibility as possible in this hardcore world. And I don't like asking this, but this video took a really long time to make, so please subscribe and like the video as it really helps me out. So let's just, yep, anytime now. And watch the full series from the beginning up the top, or watch the next episode on the bottom if it's released yet.